5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Day 1.
Day 1.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Diwali.
And
happy holidays. And,
happy solstice.
And
the light's going to come back after this. It's the whole thing.
All of those things. And
yeah.
We're looking forward to helping bring it along. And we invite you to join us on the way.
There's drinking.
And there's eating.
And there's food.
And we will encourage trips to online to see places that we might be visiting. The idea is that we make a trip around the world, and we do it in terms of the food and the spirit, and when I say spirit, I mean the alcohol, but I also mean the other spirit. So let's be. It's a spirits, you know. It's there's an S there, and we think about the traditions of those places, and that we have an opportunity to take a trip together, all of us, because it's been a year when we haven't had much of an opportunity to do that, and the truth is that next year will probably be the same. And
Ginny wants to make a little comment, but I'm going to discourage her.
And so the idea is that we're going to take this trip and we're going to invite you to come with us. And in the process of doing that, we will discover recipes, we will discover different kinds of spirits, we will discover traditions, and we will have an opportunity to visit. I mean, it's the kind of thing that we as a winery would like to be doing this time of year, in person, but we think that this is another way to do it, and so we would encourage others to join us.
So accidentally, we got talking, I think there was alcohol involved, but we got talking about we could go, I don't know, around the world in 80 bottles or something, and so then we had how do we start, because we had Vietnamese noodle pancakes, and then we had we had Korean pancakes, and then we had these French roasted duck things, and we had some brie, and we had this lovely Ottolenghi recipe that was crazy good. That's a chef who's in London, but he's Israeli and works with Palestinians. So anyway, so where do we start? Well, accidentally, we started in Sweden, because I belong to this wonderful cooking group, which I won't tell you what it is because it's the sweetest place on the planet and I don't want it to get spoiled. But they had this cardamom buller. So it's, uh-oh, Ginny got some. So there's this lovely bread that's got cardamom in it. And I have celiac disease, so I couldn't do anything but drool over this thing that was on the internet. But then I said, well, let me give it a try. How bad could it be? Well, it's delicious. So then we said, well, what are you going to drink? Do they make wine in Sweden? I don't know, it's a little far north. But they make a glück. So it involves going to make Eric spit out his cardamom buller.
And some fruit wine.
So anyway, so it's got these lovely spices, cardamom involved as well, and cinnamon and orange and raisins and almonds. And okay, I don't know if it gives it that much flavor, but that's what I sort of followed a recipe, which will shock Eric a lot. But anyway, so we have this glück, which apparently that's what you're supposed to say it, that we're having this evening with our cardamom buns, which are ubiquitous in Sweden apparently, and someday, Eric's been, but someday maybe I'll get there.
And we thought we would go watch, a Swedish filmmaker.
I think it's something gloomy, like Wallander.
It'll be,
I think it involves murder mysteries and
whatnot. Yeah, it'll probably be something gloomy. But, they don't all have to be.
I think mostly they are. Unless they're all sipping Aperol spritzes in the summertime when they're all drunk on all the daylight that they have.
There's that. And so, but this time of year, those of us with genes from the North Sea.
Apparently I do.
Those of us with genes from the North Sea, among other places, are responsible for bringing light back to the Earth, to the Northern Hemisphere at least. And so...
How are we responsible for that?
Oh, it's the solstice fires. It's what we're supposed to do.
I know. Oh, but you made it sound like we're responsible for bringing the light back.
Well,
which
we
is
are.
Very,
You have to light the solstice fire or it doesn't happen.
Eurocentric.
And we haven't had a chance yet because we had 10 inches of snow. And then we
And
had
then,
this deluge of rain,
an
a
inch and a half of
flood.
rain.
And so, you know, we're waiting. We're waiting. It'll be here. It'll be here. We promise it'll be here.
And Ginny had her Christmas miracle because I dropped a piece of this glorious card. I think she has telekinetic powers because I was just eating my roll here and then she just, all of a sudden it dropped. So anyway, here's to a light-filled 2021. I know this year's been really tough on a lot of people.
Yeah.
And yeah. And so maybe you'll travel along and share your own thoughts about where you want to go with food.
That's right.
All right.
Because we look forward to visiting lots of places and drinking lots of new spirits we've never had.
I've never made Luke before, but this is quite yummy.
and tasting lots of wines that we never had, and having lots of recipes that we've never had, and we look forward to sharing that with many of you.
And a big shout out to our friends at Lemaire Handcrafts who crafted these amazing. If we can't be with our friends, we will at least drink from our friends' vessels.
And it's more North Sea gins here, so you know what.
There
can I
you
say?
go.
So,
all right, love.
love. Cheers.